Hello, welcome to the first ever edition of Movie News. RazorwireReviews, Movie News, something like that. I'm not really going to dub this a series as such because I do too many series. This is just going to be, or these are just going to be videos that I'm talking about, just things that are happening, movie news and stuff like that, my thoughts on it. I'll just do them whenever I feel like it, whenever there's something newsworthy that really catches my attention that I want to talk about. So, today it was announced by Ethan Hawke, great actor, that he is going to be starting to shoot a sequel to Before Sunset this summer. And obviously it will be with Richard Linklater coming back as the director and Julie Delpy reprising her role in the film also. I'm so excited for this film. I can't explain how excited I am that this has now been confirmed. It's been rumoured for years that they were going to make a third Before Sunrise film, and now they've finally confirmed they're going to shoot it this summer, which means it'll probably get released next year, which means that there's been 9 years between each of the three films, with the third one coming out probably next year. That is awesome. Now, first of all, just to give you a little, I want to make these videos shortish, but here I have the first two. If you haven't seen them before, I definitely recommend you checking them out. These films, you have to become a romantic to kind of get them, though. If you're not really a romantic person, if you're not into romance, I guess probably not for you. But I really like that kind of stuff. I'm a romantic guy, and these films they're awesome. First one, Before Sunrise, came out in 1994 or 1995. Yeah, 95. It stars Ethan Hawke and Julie Delpy as Jesse and Celine. Jesse is an American guy, and he's on a train to Vienna, and he's going home back to America. He's been traveling around Europe, and he meets this girl called Celine on the train. She's French. She's also, well, she's not going to Vienna, no, she's going to Budapest, I think. And they meet on the train, they get talking, and there's kind of a bit of a spark there, and then he leaves, and then he comes back on the train, and he's like, okay, so I'm feeling something here. Are you feeling something here? And I'm just going to regret for the rest of my life if I don't ask you to come off this train with me now, and let's just walk around Vienna, because his flight's in the next morning, so he's basically just planned to wander around. He hasn't got money for a hotel. And so Before Sunrise, the whole film is these two characters walking around Vienna, getting to know each other, and it's just awesome. The script is great. Their chemistry is awesome, and it just makes me smile. It's just a brilliant film. I love it. And it's such an underrated film as well. I love that it's just basically these two characters for the whole film. I love films like that. And then 9 years later they made Before Sunset. And I don't want to spoil anything about the films if you haven't seen them. You should definitely go check them out and not look into it at all, not find out what it's about or anything. Just go watch these films. Because I watched these back to back. I absolutely love them. You can find them on YouTube. I think I watched one of them on YouTube the first time around. Before Sunset picks up the story 9 years later, where they are, the two characters. I'm not going to spoil anything in regards to that, but Before Sunset is another just fantastic film. This one's set in Paris, and it's the same kind of thing. It's just these two characters walking around and talking for the whole film. They're not long films, just hour and a half, just under hour and a half. Definitely worth your time if you're into romance films, and they're so real, I mean, part of it is a little bit of movie magic is thrown in there, but a lot of it is pretty realistic, and that's what I love about it. I love the dialogue, I love these two actors, and it's great. And Ethan Hawke has now confirmed that they're making a third film, and I'm so excited. And with these videos, I'm actually going to add a spoiler section at the end. So as of now, that's all I wanted to talk about. I'm really excited. I put it on Facebook and no one gave a shit. No one I know likes these films except for my fiance Connie, who introduced me to them. So at the end of these videos, I'll just end it, and then at the end there'll be a spoiler bit where I will talk about things that will spoil things for anything. So check out the end of this video if you want. If you don't, no problem. Thanks for watching. Okay, so you're staying for the spoilers. So at the end of Before Sunrise, of course, Jesse and Celine, they're about to say goodbye, and then they realise that they really want to see each other again. So they decide to meet at the same train station 6 months later. In Before Sunset we find out that meeting never happened. They haven't seen each other for 9 years. Jesse has written a book, and he's in Paris to promote the book, and she turns up at the bookstore, and they're like, oh wow, and the book that he's written is about the night that they shared. And so they walk around and they kind of figure out that they're not meeting 6 months later from the first film. Was kind of like just a bad set of circumstances and a misunderstanding. And then they walk around, they kind of talk about how the whole thing has just kind of ruined their lives a little, and it's just really just emotionally tortured them for 9 years. And then at the very end of the film, he goes back to her flat, and the whole film, he's got to go to get his plane out of France, but he's putting it off. He's like, well, I'll take you to your apartment. I'll just come in and see your apartment. And then she sings a song for him, and then she's dancing, and he's sitting down, and she's like, "You're gonna miss the plane," and he's like, "I know," and then it ends, and I almost get chills thinking about it because it's just such an awesome ending. It's so cool. It just leaves it so open, and I love that. And that's something I'm a little bit worried about. I hope they don't ruin it, but I have faith in them. I have faith in Richard Linklater as the director, and in Before Sunset, when they came back for the second film, they didn't need to make that film, but they made it anyway, almost for themselves, I guess, you know, and it was successful. But for the second film, it was the director writing the film, and it was also the two main actors. They actually contributed to the script, and I believe they're doing this with the third one as well. They've been emailing each other and so on, so that it should be really cool, and I cannot wait to see Jesse and Celine 9 years on from Before Sunset. Awesome, can't wait. Can you tell I'm excited? Thanks for watching.